Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. We're going to be talking about bare shaft tuning. This is going to be more of a theory and an explanation video rather than getting any downrange angles, because this is a Canon G40 camcorder. It's got a Rode mic on it. This here package is what I'm filming on right there. Okay, so we're talking about $1,000 downrange. And if I'm slinging arrows with no fletch and no idea where they're actually going to be going, not happening. So unfortunately, you're not getting a downrange angle. I've simply stuck arrows into the block target indicative of where a weak, where a stiff, and where the ideal shaft spine would be, because bare shaft tuning can be really crazy. You're also not seeing an actual bare shaft tuning video because it's really windy outside right now, and you wouldn't be able to get anything accomplished. It wouldn't do you any good. It wouldn't do me any good. It's just a fact. It's blowing its guts out outside. This is a full length shaft, this is a correct length shaft, and this arrow shaft is cut too short. And so, in the interest of full candor, I am not very good at bare shaft tuning, and I also used to not bare shaft tune at all because I wasn't good enough and I wasn't consistent enough. Bare shaft tuning, quite honestly, ends up being a little bit more advanced. And so as I started shooting at longer distances, I kept getting this left-leaning arrow, and they weren't hitting straight like I wanted them to. They'd be hitting the bullseye, but there'd be a cant or a tilt to the arrow where it would be tilting to the left with the point tilting to the right. And so as I got more consistent, I realized that I was shooting arrows that were way too weak, and so I decided that I was going to have to start bare shaft tuning. In this case, this arrow is way too stiff because it does not take much to cut an arrow way too short. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to shoot at 10 yards with no fletchings. Do the same thing every time. Now if your arrow lands like this, it's a weak arrow, and you can cut it shorter, but you're going to want to do that in half-inch increments. So you're going to have to heat up your point, pull out your insert, cut the arrow shorter, glue everything back together after you cut a half-inch off of it, and then work from there. However, in this case, if your arrow looks like this, it is way too stiff. This arrow, I did not shoot this arrow into this target. It's just here because it's, again, indicative of what you actually want. I hope that this is at least kind of helpful in explaining what a weak arrow shaft, a correct arrow shaft, and a stiff arrow shaft actually look like in the target. So as always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA Protector Rights. Please become our friends over at SOETacticalGear.com. Thank you very much to those who are involved in law enforcement and those who served in the military. Thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.